Brainy Buzzy presents 7 Signs of a Weak Man. As a society, we often equate strength with physical prowess, but true strength lies within one's character and personality. A weak man is not necessarily one who lacks physical strength, but rather one who lacks the fortitude to face life's challenges head-on and make decisions with confidence and conviction. The traits that define a weak man can be subtle and insidious, slowly eroding his self-esteem, relationships, and overall well-being. But before we get started, let's set one thing straight. Recognizing the sign of a weak man doesn't mean we're being judgmental or negative. It's all about growth and self-improvement. We all have weaknesses, and it's important to identify them so we can work towards becoming the best version of ourselves. Here are 7 signs that show a man is weak. Number 1. Preying on the weak. It takes courage and strength to confront life's challenges head-on, but it takes cowardice and a lack of character to prey on someone who is struggling. The truth is, when a man takes advantage of someone weaker or less fortunate, it's not a display of power or strength. It's a demonstration of his lack of inner fortitude. A man who is truly strong and confident doesn't need to rely on exploiting others to feel good about himself. He doesn't need to prove his worth by stepping on the backs of others. Instead, he stands on his own 2 feet, facing life's challenges with grace and determination. But a weak man? He lacks the confidence and self-assuredness to make it on his own. He feels threatened by the strengths and successes of others, so he seeks to bring them down, to make himself feel better. In doing so, he only reveals his weakness and insecurity. So, next time you see someone taking advantage of another person, don't be so quick to applaud their supposed strength. Chances are, they're simply trying to hide their weakness and lack of character. And that, my friend, is the ultimate sign of a weak man. Number 2. Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is a hallmark trait of a weak man. Why? A man with low confidence will always feel like he's always in the shadow of others. He'll second-guess himself almost all the time. And here's the thing. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And the less you use it, the more cowardly and afraid you'll be every time you're faced with a situation where you need to assert yourself. This is often why when a man lacks confidence, it can be like he's hobbling around with a broken limb, limiting his ability to navigate the world and achieve his goals. Confidence is what allows us to take risks, pursue our dreams, and stand up for ourselves. It's what gives us the courage to face our fears and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks and obstacles. However, it's important to remember that confidence is not something we're born with, but something that can be developed and strengthened over time. Number 3. Avoidance of responsibility. Avoiding responsibility is a common trait among weak men, and it's easy to see why it's considered a sign of weakness. When a man shirks responsibility for his actions, he's essentially saying that he's not capable of handling the consequences of his choices. He lacks the courage to face the repercussions of his decisions, and instead places the blame on others, making excuses and avoiding accountability. This kind of behavior not only undermines a man's integrity and character, but also prevents him from growing and learning from his mistakes. You see, when you take responsibility for your actions, you're owning up to your mistakes and showing that you're capable of making amends. It takes a strong and confident person to admit when they've done something wrong and take steps to rectify the situation. On the other hand, when a man avoids responsibility, he's sending a message that he's not willing to put in the effort to make things right. This can lead to a negative cycle, as he becomes more and more entrenched in his avoidance and less capable of taking ownership of his life. In addition, avoidance of responsibility can also damage relationships and lead to a lack of trust. When someone is constantly avoiding accountability, it's difficult for others to trust them or rely on them, as they may feel that the person is not truly committed to making things right. Number 4. He's insecure. A strong man is secure in himself and his abilities, knows his worth, and doesn't seek the validation of others. He is confident in his decisions, comfortable with who he is, and able to handle criticism and setbacks with grace. On the other hand, a weak man is easily threatened by others and is quick to change himself to fit in and avoid conflict. He lacks the confidence to be his true self and instead, tries to be what others want him to be. When a man is insecure, he is constantly seeking validation and reassurance from others. For an insecure man, the opinions of others hold immense power and influence over his sense of self-worth and identity. He wouldn't mind compromising his values and beliefs to fit in with those around him. And a constant need for validation can make a man vulnerable to manipulation and abuse by others. Being insecure can also prevent a man from taking risks and pursuing his goals, as he fears that he may fail or be criticized. This can lead to a vicious cycle of self-doubt and a lack of confidence, further hindering his ability to succeed and grow. Insecurity can also cause a man to be easily threatened by the success and accomplishments of others, leading him to resent and undermine those around him, instead of embracing and learning from their achievements. Number 5. Emotional instability. We all experience a wide range of emotions in life, from joy and excitement to anger and frustration. But it's how we handle those emotions that set us apart. A strong man can regulate his emotions, understanding that his feelings do not define him and that he has the power to manage them healthily and productively. In contrast, a weak man is often ruled by his emotions, lashing out in anger, falling into depression, or withdrawing from the world around him. When a man is constantly swinging between intense emotions, like anger, frustration, and sadness, it can be difficult for him to think clearly, make decisions, and navigate life in a healthy way. A man who can't control his emotions is more likely to lash out and hurt the people he loves, or even strangers, which can lead to strained relationships and a negative reputation. It's not just the intensity of the emotions that's the issue, but also the frequency. A man who experiences sudden mood swings and can't regulate his emotions is a sign of weakness because it shows a lack of inner strength and resilience. Instead of allowing his emotions to control him, a strong man can control his emotions. Number 6. Inability to stand up for himself. Standing up for oneself is also about having the courage to assert your own beliefs and values. It's about having the confidence to speak up when you feel that something is wrong and having the strength to stand by your convictions, even in the face of opposition. If a man is unable to do this, it can be a sign that he lacks the internal fortitude and self-respect that is essential for a strong, healthy life. Sure, it's great to act kind and civilized. But it's one thing to be a kind and empathetic person, and it's another thing entirely to allow others to constantly take advantage of you and neglect your own needs and values. For instance, a man is constantly being taken advantage of by his coworkers or friends, but he doesn't voice his concerns or set boundaries, even when he feels disrespected or mistreated. And worse, this inability to stand up for him will further erode his sense of self-worth and lead to feelings of resentment and frustration. How to stop being a weak man? So, you want to stop being a weak man and become a stronger, more confident, and more resilient person? That's a great goal to have. And I'm here to help you achieve it with some practical, actionable advice. Here are a few tips to get you started. 1. Take responsibility. One of the first steps to stopping being a weak man is to take responsibility for your life. This means acknowledging your weaknesses, admitting when you're wrong, and accepting that your choices have consequences. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself to make positive changes and take control of your life. 2. Develop confidence. Confidence is key to strength and resilience. To build confidence, focus on your strengths, set achievable goals, and celebrate your successes. Also, try to minimize your exposure to negative self-talk and criticism, and surround yourself with positive, supportive people. 3. Get moving. Exercise is a great way to boost your confidence and energy levels. When you're physically fit, you feel stronger and more capable, and you're better equipped to handle life's challenges. So, find an activity you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. 4. Improve your communication skills. Weak men often struggle with communication, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. To improve your communication skills, practice active listening, express yourself clearly, and avoid being passive or aggressive. By being a better communicator, you'll be better equipped to resolve conflicts and build strong, healthy relationships. 5. Face your fears. Fear can hold us back and prevent us from achieving our goals. To overcome your fears, start by identifying them, and then take small steps to face them. Whether it's speaking in public, asking someone out on a date, or trying a new hobby, every small step you take will boost your confidence and help you grow stronger. Thank you for watching.